the strangest last meal request on death row. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to add my own little twist. The only little twist we are going to do is we are going to be rating the death row meals. I'm never going to be in death row, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to rate the meals. Let's get straight into it.
In some states in America and other countries with legal capital punishment, there exists an interesting custom for criminals on death row. The infamous last meal. Convicted felons are granted the opportunity to select any food and drink of their choice within certain regulations on the eve of their execution. Here are some of the strangest meals ever recorded.
And wait, and before we even get into it, what do you think could be the strangest meal, y'all? Like, let's actually be realistic. Does anyone in their head have, like, an idea or nah? Because, I don't know. It's up to y'all. And if you're new, don't forget to follow. And if you have subscribed, thank you so much. It means a lot. It goes a long way. Share it with your friends, aunties, and mamas.
Number 20. Victor Harry Fagger. In 1963, 28-year-old Victor Harry Fagger was sentenced to death by hanging for...
Bro, you know what's crazy? Sorry to interrupt, but they just said he was sentenced to death at the age of 28. Imagine being 20 years old. You haven't really fully even experienced life. The most you done, bro, if you did go to school, the most you done was college. Because college, you get out at the age, what, 22? 23? I have no idea. Actually, so I know some people that are 25 years old in college. So it just depends. But my whole point is, bro, the man could still be in college type. Like, look at that.
For convicted kidnap murder. For his final meal, the young man had only one request. A single olive with the pit left in. After his execution, the olive pit was found inside Fagger's suit pocket.
Bro, he said he had a single olive. So let's rate that real quick. And I'm about to go back. So the olive is right there. I would rate that. Actually, maybe we should hear what he has to say. But based off the food itself, 0. Maybe he has some type of like purpose or something behind it, but 0.
Pit left in. After his execution, the olive pit was found inside Fagger's suit pocket, contributing to the popular belief that he intended to be buried alongside it so that the olive tree symbolizing peace would sprout from his grave. For a dangerous criminal, it's almost a touching sentiment.
That's kind of poetic, though. I don't know. He's a criminal, though, but that's kind of poetic. I'm not gonna lie.
Number 19. Gerald Lee Mitchell. Gerald Lee Mitchell's final meal was even sweeter than Fagger's, but in an entirely different sense. As he awaited his final moments on death row, Mitchell had only one thing on his mind when it came to his final meal: an assorted bag of Jolly Ranchers candy. After finishing the entire bag before facing the final curtain, it's safe to say this criminal intended to go...
But my whole point is, how do you finish the whole entire bag, my boy? Like, can someone explain that to me? Like, there's just no way.
Go out on a real sugar high. Number 18. Lawrence Russell Brewer. While some have a clear idea of the last thing they'll ever eat, others are totally spoiled for choice. Taking full advantage of this unusual opportunity, convicted killer and white supremacist Lawrence Russell Brewer decided to indulge in an enormous feast in 2011.
Yo, that would be me, y'all.
Requested 2 fried chicken steaks with gravy and onion, a triple bacon cheeseburger.
Bro, 2 fried steaks? With what? Oh, I never had fried steak. Wait. Is that... Yeah, fried steak, like fried chicken, like it got crust on it and shit. Yeah, I never had fried steak. Whoa, I need to get put on.
A cheese omelet with ground beef, tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, and jalapenos.
Yo, olives fucking slap. I mean, I said olives. I mean omelets. They're so good. They're so...
3 fajitas, a meat feast pizza, a bowl of fried okra, a pound of barbecued meat with half a loaf of white bread, peanut butter fudge with crushed peanuts, and a pint of Bluebell ice cream.
That's his whole meal. I would rate that, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a hard rater, but I would rate that a 4.5. Only because, one, I'm lactose intolerant, but pushing past the lactose intolerant, fuck all that. I would eat the steak. I hate burgers, so I wouldn't eat the burger. I'd eat the omelet. The tortillas, I might pass on those, to be honest. Mid. Pizza, I would... I haven't had pizza in so long, and it's my last meal. I would eat it. Only because I haven't had pizza in over, like, 2.5 years. So I would definitely eat it. Whatever's next to the pizza, I forgot what it's called. No. And then that's his third meat. That's... If I could stomach it, I would. But overall, I would rate the meal 4.5.
All washed down with 3 root beers. And a final screw you to the justice system, though. Brewer refused to eat a morsel when the order arrived, claiming that he wasn't hungry. Texas Senator John Whitmire was so furious that he decided to ban the last meal request in the state.
Bro, imagine a man being so petty that he gets rid of everyone else's last meal that's going on death row for that state. All because of one person decided to say, nah, bro, fuck it. I'm sorry, man. They didn't even say sorry. It was like a pretty much saying a fuck you without saying fuck you. But like, that's crazy though. One man messed it up for everybody.
So future death row prisoners have Lawrence Russell Brewer to blame for regular prison slop. Number 17. John Wayne Gacy. Another felon who capitalized on his last meal request was the notorious serial killer John Wayne Gacy.
Doesn't that smile say serial killer? Cause holy moly, bro.
Otherwise known as the Killer Clown Pogo. For his final supper, Gacy ordered...
Wait, do you guys remember when killer clowns were a thing in 2017? I don't know when he killed, but...
12 fried shrimp, a bucket of original recipe KFC, french fries, and a pound of strawberry.
Wait a minute.
French fries and a pound of...
Okay, so this is his meal, right? The shrimp slap, I don't care if it's fried, baked, or what's that word, bro? When it's over, I forgot what it's called. But original KFC, I'm assuming that's different than what they be selling in the stores. I mean, not the stores, but regular KFC. Because I'm assuming they must have changed up the recipe if he's saying original. But like, yo, what does original KFC taste like, my boy? I want to know. Okay? And then I'm just glad he went healthy with strawberries because the strawberries he's showing on the screen look real good, look real scrumptious. And then, french fries. I feel like french fries just go with meat. Everybody that orders like any type of like chicken or meat in a sense, like there's always fries.
Of strawberries. Prior to his...
Oh, and I didn't say it. I would rate it. I rate that meal like I rated a 5 for the simple fact it didn't have a lot, but at the same time, it had great choices.
Conviction, Gacy had managed 3 KFC restaurants in his home city of Waterloo, and he clearly never got tired of that finger-licking goodness. Number 16. John Spinkelink. For some, food isn't the priority at all when it comes down to making a last order. Previously known as a heavy drinker, Spinkelink denied any special food to be prepared, but asked for a single flask of Jack Daniels instead, which he...
I did not know that you can ask for alcohol as your last, but you are dying, so I guess they don't really give a fuck in a sense. But I did not know that.
Shared with the prison superintendent. After his death,
my man shared it with the prison superintendent. That don't sound fishy, y'all. And the superintendent really sat down with the man, for real?
State of Florida's last meal provisions was revised to exclude alcohol altogether, but to be honest, going out while drunk doesn't seem like such a bad idea. Number 15. Eileen Wuornos. Eileen Wuornos also requested a beverage before taking her last breath in 2002, but of a different kind. A single cup of black coffee was all she wanted.
Ain't no way. That's such a mom drink.
It may seem like this request was her way of saying, don't even think about killing me before I've had my morning coffee, but Wuornos actually had far crazier motivations. In fact, she didn't believe she was going anywhere for long, as her notorious last words were, I'd just like to say I'm sailing with the Rock, and I'll be back like Independence Day with Jesus June 6th.
What thought process did you have? Like, I generally want to know at this point. Or did someone tell you were coming back? Does that sound crazy, y'all? I don't know.
It's safe to say she still hasn't turned up yet. Number 14. Ricky Ray Rector. Ricky Ray Rector seemed to have similar motivations when it came to his last meal. Rector had ordered a tasty-sounding meal consisting of steak, fried chicken, and cherry Kool-Aid.
Wait a minute!
Followed by a slice of pecan pie.
Okay, so I don't know what's up with the fried chicken and people getting fried chicken, but, hey man, I love fried chicken. Steak, I fucking love steak. And then the Kool-Aid, I haven't had Kool-Aid since, I don't know when, to be honest. And sweets, I don't care for sweets, so I wouldn't have ate that. This meal, though, it's simple, simplistic, straightforward. I would actually honestly give it a 7 for the simple fact is it has a bev, and the steak just looks too scrumptious. It's hitting.
But he left his dessert untouched. When asked why he changed his mind on the sweet treat, Rector simply said he was saving it for later. Whether this was intended as an ironic joke or a sinister hint that his return in the afterlife was imminent is entirely up to you.
Yeah, I feel like is he trying to scare people in a sense? I have no idea. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm about to eat a banana too.
Number 13. Timothy McVeigh. What this senseless killer ordered as his last hurrah might surprise you, given the seriousness of his crimes. All McVeigh wanted to eat before his execution in 2001 was 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Bro, I'm rating that a solid 2. Only for the simple fact is, I love ice cream, but 1, it's mint, so it's already a weird ass flavor. And 2 pints. You can't eat 2 pints.
Though it's unclear whether one remained chilled as he guzzled down the first or simply melted into a puddle beside it. To be honest, for a man responsible for 168 innocent deaths, even melted ice cream seems far too generous. Number 12. David Leon Woods. Convicted murderer David Leon Woods spent a whopping 22 years on death row before he was put to death on May 4, 2007 in Michigan, Indiana. When the daunting moment finally came, Woods had a fairly simple request for his last meal. He chose a standard pizza and an entire birthday cake.
That is a weird ass meal too. I'm rating that a 1. For the simple fact is, I don't like chocolate on chocolate, and that's what that cake looks like. You can't tell me nothing. And 2, technically, if we're being technical, I kind of already had pizza with the other person's death row meal. So this one, a 0. And I hope he got a beverage because that's a lot to swallow. Pause.
Both of which he shared with his family.
Oh, never mind. I take back no, it's still a 0. No, because he shared it with his family, it makes the gesture of it way more like, aw, you know? I take back what I said in a sense. You know, the meal, rate that shit a 10 out of 10. Only because he shared it with his family. If he was eating that by himself, 0. But that's sweet. Oh, you gotta spend a last meal with your family before.
As it turns out, his birthday was actually 3 months after his execution. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. Number 11,
got it.
Thomas J. Grasso. Thomas J. Grasso was not the brightest of the bunch, and when Judgment Day came in 1995, his final meal request reflected his questionable life choices. He ordered a plethora of extravagant foods like 2 dozen steamed clams, half a dozen barbecued ribs, a Burger King double cheeseburger, and 2 strawberry milkshakes, alongside a can of spaghetti.
The clams hitting, the ribs for sure hitting. They fucked up your ribs, man. The 3 other, actually the SpaghettiOs would hit too, I would see, only because you've been in prison for so long. So I'm pretty sure that would hit. Because sometimes, don't hold me, y'all, but sometimes, you know, SpaghettiOs, I had 1 or 2 before, you know. I used to work at CVS.
SpaghettiOs to be served at room temperature.
But I would rate this meal solid 7. 7.
When Grasso's meal arrived, he was served spaghetti and meatballs.
Never mind. It just got way better. They gave him real spaghetti instead of SpaghettiOs. Now, I rate that meal at 8.5. I love spaghetti. Before I found out that eating too much gluten fucks up your stomach, I used to eat pasta like a mother trucker. Just know that.
Instead, a mistake he'd never forgive, as his final words were, "I did not get my SpaghettiOs. I got spaghetti. I want the press to know this."
I know he ain't complaining, bro. He got an upgrade.
Number 10. Stephen Wayne Anderson. Grasso isn't the only one to throw a seemingly random ingredient into the mix when concocting the perfect final meal. Stephen Wayne Anderson was a pretty deadly criminal, but his food choices were interesting to say the least. Before his execution in California in 2002, the 48-year-old requested 2 grilled cheese sandwiches, a pint of cottage cheese, a hominy corn mixture, peach pie and chocolate chip ice cream, and, well, a big helping of radishes on.
Okay, so this is his meal. He got a big helping of radishes on the side. Me, I fuck with radishes heavy, so I don't know about a whole bowl because I can only eat like 3 of them and then I'm good. I know that for a fact. The ice cream, if I'm gonna, you feel me, anyways, and I'm lactose intolerant, and you know when you die, you do poop on yourself. I'm gonna eat the ice cream regardless. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The pie even looks good. The corn is what's throwing me off. I never heard of the type of corn they were talking about, so I don't know about that one. Cottage cheese, I'm not eating that shit. And a grilled cheese, I'll pass. But overall, I feel like this meal is one of the weirdest. I'm gonna be honest. Like, all the other meals were weird in a sense, but at least they had like a meaning that made common sense. So maybe this one will too, but I don't know. But I would rate it a 5. Yeah, 5.
On the side. Number 9. Peter J. Miniel. Convicted killer Peter J. Miniel could give Lawrence Russell Brewer a run for his money for one of the biggest orders ever served on death row in 2004. Miniel confessed to his crimes and was vocal about being ready to pay the price, but not before he gorged himself on this whopping order. He requested 20 beef tacos, 20 beef enchiladas, 2 double cheeseburgers, a pizza with jalapenos, fried chicken, spaghetti with salt, and a modest dessert of half a chocolate cake, half a vanilla cake, cookies and cream ice cream, caramel pecan fudge ice cream, and a small fruit cake.
He was trying to feed the inmates because there's just no way in your right mind you're eating all this. There's just no way. You would have had enough common sense to know. I don't know why he would. 4 is crazy. 4. But overall, I'm gonna rate this meal 11 out of 10 because the man fed the village and then some. And on top of that, he had more than one desserts to keep you satisfied. So what he's missing is a bev. So I hope they get to that.
To wash it all down, he also had 2 lots of Coke, Pepsi, root beer, and orange juice.
Yeah, bro, you're not convincing me this was just for him.
Maybe he intended to explode Henry VIII style before facing the music.
Damn.
Number 8. Velma Barfield. This sweet, God-fearing grandmother became known as the Death Row Granny. Velma Barfield was the first woman put to death in the U.S. in 22 years when she was executed by lethal injection in 1982. But not before she was granted one final meal.
We might have to look her up after this. Why the granny? Why?
A cup of tea, a slice of coffee cake, or a fruit scone might be what you'd expect. But all Barfield really wanted was a packet of cheese doodles and a can of Coke. But for a devout Christian old lady who also killed 6 people, what can you really expect?
And on top of that, I'm rating her meal a 2.
Number 7.
Or cheese puffs.
Robert Alton Harris. When you're ordering your final meal on death row, it's important to cover all bases. And why agonize over which takeaway to get when you can combine the lot? This is exactly what murderer Robert Alton Harris did in 1992 when he requested a 21-piece bucket of KFC and 2 large Domino's pizzas alongside a 6-pack of Pepsi with ice cream and a bag of jelly beans for dessert.
He got weird-ass Pepsi. I don't know if that's that's just a picture. But he ordered Pepsi, so I messed with it, the KFC. I don't know what's up with death row people ordering KFC. Are they trying to send a message, y'all? Do they know something that you don't? Like, why do they all... 3 of them have already ordered KFC, if you haven't realized. Also, I don't know. I didn't realize you could smoke. Because he has a pack of Newports. Okay. And Domino's Pizza, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Before my stomach got teared the hell up, before it got messed up, I used to eat Domino's Pizza like a mother trucker. Domino's Pizza, it doesn't taste good if you eat it all the time. But if you eat it every once in a while, bro, that shit hits, my boy. And jelly beans pass, Newports pass. Don't do 6, bro. Those are cancer sticks. Don't do nicotine either. Just don't do drugs. But yeah.
Cigarettes for good measure. Harris is most remembered for his final words, though, which were, "You can be a king or a street sweeper, but everybody dances with the Grim Reaper." Kind of prophetic for a seasoned criminal, don't you?
He's speaking facts, though, in the end. Everybody's a goner.
Don't you think? Number 6. Ronnie Lee Gardner. Plenty of death row criminals have used their final meal as an opportunity to make smart choices, and Ronnie Lee Gardner was certainly determined
He's ready for that.
to make his sitting last as long as possible. He didn't go too overboard on his order of steak, lobster tail, apple pie with vanilla ice cream, and a 7-Up.
That meal, bro, is the best one. Fuck all the other. I lied, bro. I may have said all the other ones were better. This one right here, takes the cake. Lobster, my boy. I love lobster. Lobster and steak. Bro, all he was missing is shrimp. I promise you. Lobster, steak, and shrimp, and this a pasta. Oh, nah. That shit would hit. But I don't know about the 7-Up is crazy. Not Sprite or ginger ale. I don't know about that. But the meal, yeah. This is low-key like a great meal, except I would change the drink and maybe change the dessert. But either way, this is still good.
But he also had another request. To watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy while eating.
This is smart as hell. He's eating food and kicking it back and watching TV.
Surprisingly, Gardner was permitted to do so, and with a combined runtime of more than 11 hours, this must have been the longest last meal ever.
11
Number
hours.
5. Philip Workman. Gluttony was the last thing on Phillips's mind when he requested his final meal. His final request was for a large vegetarian pizza to be given to a random homeless person. But prison officials refused to do so, and he ate nothing.
That's crazy. Prison officials refused to, and he ate nothing. Is crazy.
Surprising turnout. On the day of his death on May 9th, homeless shelters in Tennessee received large amounts of vegetarian pizzas from people all over the country.
Wait, so now I'm confused. Was it people feeling bad for him? Like how did that happen? How did that go about? If they already said no, or he got undercover works, my boy.
So at least he did one good deed before his death. Number 4. Angel Nieves Diaz. Philip Workman may have gone hungry because of his strangely selfless request, but Angel Nieves Diaz deliberately turned down his last meal. As he didn't order anything special, Diaz was served the regular Wednesday prison menu of shredded turkey with taco seasoning, cheese, rice, pinto beans, tortilla shells, apple crisp, and ice cream.
I know for what prison he at. Cause this man just tried to make it seem like what he was eating looks like this. Ain't no way you're telling me the prison food he eating looks this good. I seen prison food. Prison food be looking like slops. Like it. Even school lunch don't look this good. From like in high school, like. But that's crazy. He turned out his meal.
And ice cream. As surprisingly nice as that sounds, Diaz refused to eat that too. And in his final words, he condemned the death penalty as a form of vengeance, but also a cowardly act by humans.
But aren't you getting the death penalty because you're a killer? Like. Okay.
Number 3. Oba Chandler. For his last meal, he ordered 2 salami sandwiches on white bread with mustard and peanut butter, and a grape jelly sandwich on white bread with iced tea and a coffee. And with all that,
that's so much bread, y'all. That's so much bread. I didn't even rate the other person's last meal. They didn't even have a meal, so they ate prison food. I'm not eating prison food. I'm not rating that shit. You ain't seeing me. This one though, I'll rate this one right here. I wouldn't. It's a whole bunch of sandwiches, bro. It's still better than prison food though, so I'll rate it a 1.
Robert Dale Conklin. Conklin clearly had expensive taste as he requested filet mignon wrapped in bacon, deveined shrimp sauteed in garlic butter with lemon, baked potato with sour cream, chives, and real bacon bits, corn on the cob, asparagus with hollandaise sauce, French bread with butter, goat cheese, cantaloupe, vanilla bean ice cream, and ice.
Bro, okay. This man may have outdid himself for everybody. Wait a minute. This meal is winning. I would eat everything on this meal, even maybe that cheese. Damn, bro. I messed with this meal heavy. Okay, so I would rate this. This broke my scale. 11 out of 10. This meal was really good. He knew what he was doing, bro.
Number 1. James Edward Smith. This convicted felon had one of the most bizarre last meal requests ever recorded. When it came down to his final meal request in 1990, all he wanted was a lump of soil.
Did y'all just hear what he said? What?
Came down to his final meal request in 1990. All he wanted was a lump of soil.
What you gonna do with that, my boy? You can't. I know dirt don't taste good. You can't even justify that. He must be using this for something else. There's just no way.
Although some have speculated that he did indeed intend to chow down on the dirt, others have suggested he planned to perform a voodoo ritual as the soil was specified to be the Rayconda type, associated with witchcraft.
Man asked for specific soil? I thought they were just gonna go in the back and dig a hole and give him some. Oh, he knew what he was doing. I don't know if y'all believe in that, but me personally, I think voodoo is real, so I'm gonna mind my business, let him do him.
As dirt was not on the list of foods permitted by prison regulation, Smith's request...
And you know what's even crazier? The simple fact that dirt which should be harmless, you can't bring it in, so he might be onto something, y'all. Just FYI. And the prison may know, because they ain't allowing dirt, so...
was denied, and he was served a cup of yogurt instead.
Oh, a cup of yogurt instead of dirt, bro. It's not even that. Is he tea?
Of course, is the only reasonable alternative.
Like, comment, follow for more. You feel me? And if you messing with it, send it to your friends. But more YouTube videos coming out, so follow me on YouTube at CB Live Studios. And follow me on Kick at CB Live Studios.